Hello, welcome to Inside Haiku Apps.
Hello there. We've looked at native apps. We've looked at Qt/KDE apps. We've looked at GTK apps. So there's one more category that we need to have a look at, and that's Java. Java has been around, it's been available for quite a while on Haiku, but it doesn't come installed as standard. You have to install it. Or maybe the app you try to install will try to get hold of Java as a dependency, but there's a bit of a trick with that. We have a look here. Open JDK. JDK's Java Development Kit. Right, and if you look here, you can see it's up to 21. And I happen to know that 22 and 23 are out for beta. So if you download a Java application that was compiled with JDK 21, then you need Java 21 to run it. Now the problem we have in Haiku is we're not up there yet. We have a look, open JDK, the highest we got is 17. So when that happens and you're on SourceForge or GitHub, then you will need to backtrack a little. Try to get the version from a year ago and see if you can get that to run. So the first thing we're going to do is install Java, right? But before that, I just want to show you there is a repository. These mostly are Java applications and a few other things. There's some problem with this one is that 2014, 2015, these things are 9-10 years old. This repo is based in Russia, and I guess they have their own problems there now, but we haven't seen this being updated at all. The most recent one is 2018. That's not actually a Java application. And I've been having some problems with those applications. They install, but then they don't run. They need a little bit of TLC there. So I've got my own little home on SourceForge called Java Apps for Haiku, and I'll try to put the URL on there for you, but otherwise you can just see it up here. And okay, there's not much on it now, but by the time you get to see this video, which is a month and a half from now, there should be more. So you click on Files, and the one I've prepared for you here, Calc Orange. Not because it's a fantastic app. Get it immediately. It's very humdrum, really. It's a little calculator, but it serves as an example. Okay, so click on that. you see a little HPKG, H package that you can download. Don't worry about the README because you can read it down here. Right, so it's a little calculator. It runs on Java. Right, so if we now click on this here, then you will download that package from SourceForge. Obviously, I've done it already. Right, and it's sitting there on my desktop waiting for us, just to save time. Let's just close this. So I now should not have any Java on this system. Let's see what happens. And it's thinking about it. And it wants to install OpenJDK 11. I don't know why that's still the default, but that's ancient. So let's go back to Haiku Depot. Let's just close this. All right. So I'm going to install OpenJDK 17, which is the most recent one. It's not 22, but at least, you know, the most number of apps should run on it. Okay, so there's a number of packages here. This is your main setup. This is your your Java runtime environment. You should be able to run Java apps just with this, but that's just not quite the way it works in Haiku. So we pick up default. And I've still got this stuff in cache because I've been playing around with it, so this should be fairly quick for me. When you do that, you're going to have to download this 70 megabyte file and this 57 megabyte file, so go make yourself a cup of coffee. Right, so the default is just a little stub that downloads the others. And here we go, JRE and OpenJDK, apply changes, and I'm done because I still had them in cache. So don't be surprised if it takes you half an hour to install this stuff. Okay, I'm going to close this. Now I'm going to install this little calculator. And it should just say installing Calc Orange from local. Okay, so where did I put it? It is not in applications. That's because I put it in desktop applets. There it is. And Java can be a bit slow. And there it is. It's big and it's ugly. Yeah, but we can say, let's just make it white. Let's make it dark gray. Or, okay. Anybody with color sensitivity, look away now. Ah! Okay, I'm gonna go with plain and button style. I'm going to go with compound. Sorry, where are we? Raised border. Oh, that doesn't look too bad. Right, so now unfortunately this cannot be resized. It has to be this enormous thing. But you can 89 divided by 0.1 equals sorry, clear. 89 divided, that's a percent, not a divided. There we go. There we go. Okay, so that works. It's got a few little things there. You can see the calculator history. I'm not sure how far back it saves that history. Right. And okay, so that's just a little. You can switch, clear the history, you can switch audio. Let's see if that works. Don't hear anything. Whoa! I think we'll just switch that back off. Okay, so as you can see, Java apps look like Java apps. If you ran this same thing on a Windows system or a Linux system, it would look like this. To make this look like a Haiku application, you'd have to go in there and completely reprogram the thing. Yeah, who's got time for that? So I've got a bit of a collection. Some of them I already worked on years ago. I know they work, but they need to be repackaged. So if we go back to this SourceForge, close that. SourceForge can be a bit slow on this system. Right, then Calc Orange probably won't be at the top because the most recent one I've been working on will be there. You'll have to scroll down a bit to get it. And they should all be in proper H packages. At the moment they're just in zips, and there may be a few more of them by then. So will these work on 32-bit systems? They should, because Java apps are distributed in what's called a jar file, which is really just a fancy name for a zip file, and it sort of magically unzips itself into memory and plays whatever program is in there. And so, it's it can be useful. Now, most of the apps I've got to package are very simple. I mean, how many text editors do you need on your system? Still, I'll put them on there eventually just to be on the complete side, but as far as this channel is concerned, I'm only going to highlight the Java apps that bring something new that Haiku doesn't have at the moment. For example, I've got two to look at. There are genealogy apps, when you put in all your ancestors and are shocked by how many of them were actually distant relatives. I've got no interest in genealogy myself, but there may be somebody out there, and that's something, as far as I know, we don't have on Haiku at the moment. So that's the sort of thing I will highlight, but I don't think I'm going to go through every single weird looking Java app that just duplicates functionality we actually have already. Okay, so as for the rest of this channel, we're going to go through the native apps first. And because native apps are the lifeblood of Haiku, the native apps just flash onto the screen. Well, you can grow old and die waiting for GTK and Qt apps. So, I'm giving that priority, and we'll start with the ones that come with a standard Haiku installation. But while we're doing that, I'm also going to have a separate series on browsers for Haiku, because let's face it, a browser is the single most important application on a computer these days. And we need to see where we are with these things, how far we have come, and what can be done with these things. So in the next couple of months there will be about 10 episodes on browsers, but mixed up with the native applications. After that, we will start looking at non-default install applications. Again, I'm going to give priority to the native Haiku apps, but by then we'll want to look at some other functionality, some other possibilities. I really want to do something on DOSBox, and I want to use Haiku to do KMU installs and run other operating systems on Haiku, just for fun. So that'll be something like React OS running on Haiku, running on Mac OS. Yeah, it's like that movie with DiCaprio where it's a dream within a dream within a dream. Yeah, that sort of thing. So, a lot to look forward to. Get all your friends to subscribe. Yeah. Get all your friends to buy me a coffee. Bye-bye.